Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. And welcome everyone. It's 2026 now and the first show for the year. And we welcome back Bluey. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
And to all our listeners. I hope everyone's had a fantastic Christmas and New Year. And now start of another year. And we're raring to go.
Desperate and dateless.
Yeah. I hope people don't have to be desperate. So if you're dateless, well, you've come to the right shop and we would advise you how to choose your right partner. Isn't it the main thing? It all starts from...
How important it is.
Yeah, choosing the right partner in the first place. It's all about prevention. You know, because the cure is very difficult. As you know.
What is it? A pinch of prevention is worth what? More than a pound of cure.
More than a pound of cure? Yeah, but yeah, look, people just think, you know, a dietitian and, say, a cardiologist, you rather prefer to see the dietitian.
What a good point that is.
Than having to front up to the cardiologist in the end. That has some very, well... unpalatable remedies. The remedies are not palatable.
Some things that are very palatable, not so nourishing for the benefit of the body.
Yeah, that's all. But now we are here to try to benefit the heart, emotional heart.
Cardiologist? No, the emotional heart.
The emotional heart.
Oh, phew.
Yeah. Another heart. Other heart.
So, it's left ventricle, right ventricle, aorta.
Well, you know, this is the big thing is, as I always emphasize, is choosing the right partner. And part of choosing the right partner, I guess, so it's also part of when you go choosing is, you know, apart from, as I emphasize, mindset and so forth, and goals, but all that actually also links to age as well.
Age?
Yes, big thing. Older partner, younger partner.
You know, the strange thing is that young people end up being old. Doesn't take long, does it? Doesn't take long.
Miss it. It's like I said, we just finished another year. This is just the start of another year.
What?
Just like that.
What? Again?
Yeah, like again. You know?
Another one?
Another one. Yeah, okay. Another year. I mean, that's another in everyone's biological clock.
Yeah. The old inevitable.
Yeah. So, should you marry someone younger or older? Is youth an advantage or a liability? Is age wisdom or baggage? So tonight we will be breaking down what younger and older partners bring to marriage. I mean, emotionally, socially, and practically. So you can choose wisely, not romantically. Look, why is this subject is so relevant and so important, and why is that? It's because age gap relationships and late marriage are becoming more common. Yeah? I mean, many people delay marriage to focus on career, independence, or self-development, things like that sort of thing. Yeah, you know, and then
went off to find yourself.
And then that sort of thing. And before you know it, okay, where did the last 10 years go? So to speak.
Cha-ching, gone.
Gone.
Spent.
Well, other people, though, prioritise youth, fertility or shared life stages. You know, social media really glamorises young love, doesn't it? It really does. I mean, and age gap power couples without really discussing reality. I mean, look at all these like almost like Cinderella stories, or, you know, like Twilight. It was like teenagers. That vampire
Oh, you've got a nice neck.
Let me get close to it, kind of thing. I don't know why that was popular. I for the record, I never watched it.
Well, that's why you didn't know it was popular.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was popular because you see and hear about it all the time. But vampire thing, not for me. Okay. Yeah. Young love, and even like 50 Shades of Grey was all young couple, and also there's also age gap power couples as well. You know, a much older man rescuing the younger woman, so to speak, like in Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
That was granted he wasn't old, but granted there he might have been in his 40s the way the movie portrayed, and Julia Roberts' character was like 20s, and she was in the 20s back then too. So that sort of thing. And you know what? Men and women evaluate age differently, biologically, emotionally, and socially. Okay, would it be fair to say that men throughout the ages have valued youth in women? Yeah? They choose youth.
The prettier to the eye.
Yeah. But women do not mind an older man. Because older man, the older he is, the more resources he has accumulated. Not only that, he's accumulated
skills.
Yeah, life experience and skills as well. They're able to be somewhat a better protector, so to speak. So even though
knows how to handle stuff.
Yeah, and so women do not prioritize looks as much as men do. And so the main thing is, I guess, the alpha male, the power, the ability to protect her. Our listeners, I know some people are going to scoff at it, but that is the truth. And all you have to do is look at people like Rupert Murdoch.
How many is he on now?
Eye candy, is he or not? But because
he could probably do a lot better.
Yeah, he's an alpha male though. He's got money. Money he has and a lot of influence as a part of that link to that. And besides, he's got the media empire where he can drive consensus, influence consensus.
Certainly.
So you know what I mean. And choosing the wrong age dynamic can lead to resentment, mismatched timelines, or a power imbalance. A big power imbalance.
Definitely.
And choosing the right age dynamic.
Bring in resentments later on.
On the flip side, though, choosing the right age dynamic can create balance, growth, and long-term stability. So age itself really isn't the issue, its alignment is. I wouldn't put so much on chronological age as to what stage each partner is. Some people mature far quicker than others.
Yeah.
True?
Some people also, their body, even the physical body, there can be different age gaps. And
age gaps, yeah.
Somebody's been out partying, drinking, whatever, and all that. And
can age very quickly.
Can age very fast. And somebody else has been on organics and nurturing and meditations and retreats and bushwalks or whatever it is, can look relatively young right until later age.
Yeah, or if that what they say, the mind influences the body a lot.
Yeah.
So people, if they've got a young mindset, they tend to just it just permeates to
and
how
also
they look.
If somebody's really happy, like a happy persona, it usually leads to good health, good other things.
Yeah, you know what I mean by
winners are grinners, no doubt.
But when you meet some people, you can get shocked by their age. They look so young. You wouldn't have thought that they were that age.
Yeah.
And some people, when someone asks you to guess their age,
they look like a drop meat pie.
Drop meat pie. but you don't want to offend them and say, by guessing the wrong age as well. And so if they might look 36, but
you always say, 33.
when they're really 23. That's a big thing. Have you heard now? It seems Gen Z, all on social media now, pointing out how come they look so old. Yeah, the Gen Z looks so old. Like a 20-year-old looked like in her 30s. Yeah, which is amazing. Look, 40 or 50 years ago, if you saw a 40-year-old then versus a 40-year-old now, they looked a lot older, didn't they? 40 was really middle age. Then you could see a distinction, but now not so much. Not so.
Yeah.
Not so clearly.
Yeah. Growing up, you could see people who were that age. They were like 50, 60. Their bodies were breaking down. 50 was looking like you're
going on to old age.
You're old age pensioner soon.
Yeah, because you look at pictures of who was it? Sean Connery when he was doing 007 James Bond, the very first one. He was like 29. But that look at it. It looked like an equivalent of a 40-year-old now.
Yeah.
And that was Sean Connery.
Yeah. With makeup on.
Yeah, with makeup on, the late Sean Connery. So even you look at just Hollywood stars age then and Hollywood stars age now.
Yeah. Well, it's
granted,
completely
they've
different.
got some type of work now, the Hollywood stars now, but even against a common, an ordinary person now.
The old days, I think smoke and drink was a really big part of life. I mean, nearly everywhere had ashtrays. Every car had an ashtray. Even airplane chairs had ashtrays on them so people could smoke while they're on the airplane. And every restaurant was packed full of cigarette smoke.
You mean even the women?
Oh, everybody, yeah.
Yeah,
it was almost like nearly not a single person didn't smoke. And you were looked at weird if you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, even the women you compare to those...
What a marketing job.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
Say it's for your health or whatever, even saying it's healthy. At one stage, I heard it was healthy, encouraging pregnant women to smoke.
Yep. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I don't know
They were
why.
calling them torches of freedom when women lit up cigarettes because it was like an act of rebellion.
Yeah?
So they were saying, when women have a right to vote.
Yeah.
And so they were all marching for that. And you've also got a right to light up.
Is it one
and it's a
like...
torch of freedom. That's what they were. That's
Is it
how
like
they
in the
marketed
60s or 70s when women were
it. It's
burning
not a
up grass?
torch of freedom. It's a stinky...
I kind of like the women were burning her bras. I didn't get that, and they thought that was empowerment.
But how do you smoke them?
No, burning bras.
But then what, did you inhale the fumes or something? I'm only joking. Torches of freedom.
Right. So, really, I want to just clarifying that younger partner and older partner is relative. It's not fixed numbers. So we're talking
it's about a level of maturity. It's about a level of...
No, it's in relative. Look,
because, for example, if the person is still into partying and the man's old, it's really... that's...
Different life stages.
You've got to be of a different kind of character. Like there's some people who are young, but they really desire peace and quiet and tranquility and no noise, no sudden news and no crisis in life. No, they simply can't handle it a lot of the time. So they like to be away from all of that. They can't handle it, and emotionally they're psychologically perturbed or something. And so people like that could marry older people because it suits their lifestyle. If they married a younger person, that person, let's go out tonight, let's go out, and then inside going, oh no, I got a fear, I don't want to go out, something like that.
Yeah, but
then it can work in them regards.
Yeah,
but outside of that, it's very difficult.
It is.
It's very difficult because you always kind of have this thing about you missing out and look at this old.
So it comes back to you.
The thing is that we're bombarded by movies and all forms of media and things that entertain us by the touch of just at the end of our eyesight. And and then all of these things all promote the sexual prowess. The sort of the prime mating person or and the good genetics and all the rest of it. And then you turn around to your partner and it's an old codger, and it's like, and he's slurps his teeth or something like that.
Embarrassing,
all these little things start probably really annoying after a while.
Yeah.
And then probably the old person becomes more clingy as they get older, as they see that person as the nurse type of thing, or how the support mechanism for old age, perhaps. And they become more clingy, but the other person perhaps is more rebellious or looking to be, still has that, what on earth am I doing here? And a lot of the times financial gain is usually for the main part. Like one of the things that a lot of people don't like to do is go to a job. And if you've got somebody that will support you so you don't need to work ever again. And, that's rather appealing to many people.
Yeah. Well, look, so I'll frame it. A younger partner could be really like early adulthood and have fewer long-term commitments. That's an advantage. An older partner is generally, how we say, have more life experience, would have prior relationships, and they've already have established their identity.
Yeah.
And so, if age gaps feel different, I mean, you're different at 25 versus 35 versus 45
We
and
all
55.
are.
Yeah.
We certainly are.
So it's more like different stages in your life. I mean, so what we're really talking about is stages.
When you're really young, you're really thirsty for knowledge about the world and how it functions and how it ticks and talks.
Yeah.
How does this world function? And if somebody who's wise, who's been through it all with distinction, they can really help you to cut through the chase, really cut through the crap a lot in life. And so for a young person, to be around somebody like that for a few years is probably quite advantageous.
Almost like a mentor.
It's a mentor, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get that tune on. Now, selecting partners, older or younger partners. We've got to go through the advantages of each, advantages and disadvantages. Right? So I'll first start off with younger partners. Now, advantages of choosing a younger marriage partner. And when I say younger, as I said before, it's all relative, and it's basically in stages of your life. So, but the qualities of younger partners often bring, as of course with youth, I mean, energy, optimism, and enthusiasm. It's like they just start out in the journey of life.
Full of zing, zest, and zoom.
Zoom, idealism, a bit of idealism, but not much experience. Okay, but that sort of thing. They think they can take on the world and do anything. Although, look, they have fewer emotional scars because they haven't really been through life and had that many life experiences.
Smacks across the gob.
You get fewer emotional scars. And because you're younger, look, they have greater adaptability. I mean, just think of anyone that's got employees. You'll notice that younger employees just tend to pick up things very quickly. And I guess that's the attraction for even an employer to get a young employee for that reason. They're not fixed in their ways, I think, and they've got a willingness to grow together as well, because they're not set yet. And they're open to share traditions and routines. I mean, they're quite malleable when they're younger. I guess they haven't been through that and gotten that cynicism yet. As you get older. And, in terms of marriage-wise, for the younger partner, look, you cannot deny this, but easy alignment on children and fertility timing, especially in regards to the woman. As you know, women have a biological clock. So very much, very important. So that is an aspect I understand totally. Because if you want a family, then you need to choose a younger woman. For the children. And there's more flexibility in building life from scratch, I guess, because they're just starting out. They haven't got baggage, so to speak. Being previously married and divorced with kids from a previous relationship or marriage. Though, there are naughty ones that did all that when they're very young. And like I've heard of some 24-year-old woman with 3 kids after 2 marriages. That was, But, but those are kind of an outlier case. Yeah, so they're there and they're lining up at getting single parent payments. Benefits for that, but that's another story, another discussion for another day.
Thankfully.
Yeah, and also, they're less likely to compare you to previous partners or past partners. And look, there is some greater excitement because they're bringing that energy along with them and the novelty of it. If someone younger.
Yep.
And even socially and lifestyle, there are advantages such as a more active social life. They want to be out, they want to, hang out with friends and so forth, and drag you along as well, for the most part. And because you're younger, obviously, there's greater physical stamina, and shared cultural relevance with younger peer groups as well. But look, there's also, of course, there's disadvantages of choosing a younger partner. Okay.
Airheads.
Yeah, less emotional regulation. Some people, they're not stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's less maturity. Obviously, there's less maturity, and limited partnership experience. Mm-hmm. So they don't know in terms of they're not sure how they should act.
Not many life knowledges, so that's very difficult to hold a deep and
meaningful conversation. They are also, as you know, far more likely to be influenced by external, by peer pressure, by social media.
Yeah, true.
That sort of thing, because almost like they're malleable. They're just malleable. Let's see. And so they'll have idealistic expectations about marriage. I think that you'll be riding off into the sunset and living happily ever after. And without really understanding that you actually have to work. You have to do whatever it's about. Things just don't magically happen. That's because you want them to or expect them to. And of course, there's financial instability or career uncertainty because they've just started, I guess, in their careers, early on in their careers. And their identity, self-identity, I guess, is still forming. If they're buried. And they just say, like, mentally, your mind, the brain actually doesn't stop developing until you're like 25.
27 even.
Or even 27. So person's set personality hasn't really been established and still unstable at that time.
Yeah.
So that's also a reason why I discourage very early marriage, very young marriages, like childhood sweethearts and marriages outside after high school, that sort of thing. While it's a good thing to start young, on the flip side, that's why you might seem compatible in the beginning.
Yeah, but then as you grow older,
you're not, because your adult personality hasn't formed or stabilized yet.
Yeah,
and so it's. At the moment, it's okay, but once it forms and stabilizes, it could be something different. And then that's the incompatibility there.
Yeah.
So, and that's a reason why. And look, in terms of marriage-specific risks, if you really think about it, they might have idealistic views of commitment.
Idealistic
views of commitment. What do you think?
Pray tell.
Pray tell. We'll be with each other for thick and thin, but not realizing that something like money and financial stress plays a big part. And I'll tell you a story of someone I know that was married someone who was like 12 years younger. She was 12 years younger than he was. But she was more like a 16-year-old. Like, she had no concept that you actually need to work money. Money was important to support yourself. And so he did all the work. And he admitted to me that she's never earned more than $20,000 a year. She can't have children, and she admitted that she can't keep her house clean and cook 3 meals a day. And some people ask, well, why can't she do that? Why can't she keep her house clean and cook 3 meals a day? Same reason why a 16-year-old can't. You know what I mean? That immaturity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she could not.
There's no night classes for that.
She can't handle life.
Can't send them to night classes. There's no TAFE course for that.
Yeah, I don't think you teach maturity. And so I said, about he's working and it'd be great even if she earns $300 a week, and so much helpful if it was $500. I said, hang on, look, she's not ill. She's not old. She doesn't have children. Why shouldn't she be having a full-time job and bringing in a full-time wage? He couldn't answer. And because something like that, and doesn't understand why she should. She just wanted to do her thing. She was an artist and a singer, which brought in no money, but that was a hobby. And that's what she wanted to do, to be a hobby and not have to worry about the mundane things in life, like having to earn money to pay bills.
Yeah.
So that's one flip side of marrying a very young person. So, yeah. So that immaturity, and look, they have great difficulty handling long-term stress.
Yeah. Not used to it.
Not used to it, definitely not.
And sort of can't figure out the way through the other side, so it just builds an anxiety.
Yeah. They can't, as you know, they can't handle it. They don't know how to handle it, so to speak. They have no skills, no solution. Because they don't have enough life experience. They can't think up of a solution.
Yeah.
Like, when you've got an issue, a problem that's come up, then you think back, previously this happened before. So now I know this is how you deal with it from past experience. You made the wrong decision then. So now, because I knew I did the wrong one, so now I choose the other option. Or, I heard of Mr. and Mrs. Jones, that they had that solution. I went over to had that problem, so I went over to help them, and I found that this was how we eventually resolved it. And so now it's happened to me. Yeah, I know what to do now. But someone that's very young does not have that experience wouldn't know, or even either you wouldn't have heard of it. So you can't bring past experience to solve a present problem or issue. And also, like I was saying, even just long-term stress, like I say, imagine if, you're in a recession, and like I keep repeating to say that financial stress is the most toxic stress you can have of all thing. And we are in a cost of living crisis. Everyone's feeling the pinch at the moment.
Seems to be.
Yeah, so many, we say, not everyone, but so many people are. And it's stressful. It's very, very stressful. And so when older people, they've kind of like been through situations before, not exactly the same, but they've been in a similar situation. Okay.
So it's nothing new for them.
Nothing new for them. Okay, we'll know how to adapt. We're going to adapt. Whereas the young that haven't come across this sort of thing,
can't handle it.
They can't handle it, and they just get floored. And if you had a partner like that cannot handle it, either they go nuts or leave it to you to handle everything, and you have to solve the whole problem, because they neither have the skills, inclination, or ability to solve or even handle it. Or they could go into become nuts themselves, become nuts because they can't handle it, or run away.
There's no
deal
end.
With it.
There's no end to possibilities.
You deal with that. I'm going back to mum and dad's, and when it's when it's over, then I'll come back.
Yeah, give me a call.
Give me a call. How would you like that?
Well,
I say.
So
okay, and look, there's higher likelihood of outgrowing the relationship as well, because, as I mentioned previously, like the adult personality hasn't stabilized. Okay, and also because they're that young, they don't know how they should be behaving in a relationship, because they didn't have experience before. And parents are not always helpful in terms of teaching. Like I was saying, I've always been critical of parents in this regard, because that's something I've found that lacking in, I guess, virtually all parents do not teach their children. The marriage and relationships, especially. And because of that, they're unable to. It ends up being a dependency or imbalance if one partner leads too much, or the more mature partner has to handle everything. And then what happens? I mean, the younger partner then is seen as almost like a baby, a child that they've got to look after and take care of everything. So one that diminishes respect. Okay, and secondly, not taken seriously and or even, I guess, seen as a burden. You know, like youth brings potential, but potential isn't always the same as readiness. Okay, so what I'll do, we'll ask our listeners. I mean, did you
Ask the listeners.
marry younger or older, and how did it work out? And what age gap surprised you? I mean, positively or negatively? So give us a call. Our number is 02 9822 8893. Okay?
On 89.3.
89.3 FM. So, look.
After a year and a half.
Well, it depends if you choose the right partner. You know?
My endless love. A year and a half later, it's not the same song anymore.
No. All right. Now, after going through advantages and disadvantages of a younger partner, what is it for an older partner? Well, advantages first. We're choosing an older marriage partner. You know, qualities that older partners often bring is emotional maturity. Yeah. They've been through life, got more life experience, so they're more stable, so to speak. You'd hope.
A calm mind beats all.
You'd hope. Like I say, there's still lots of Peter Pans that never grew up. Yeah. Look, they've got self-knowledge. They've got a lot of life experience. Yeah, they've got that accumulated. Generally, that's the case.
Generally that's the case. Yeah.
Not always. I've seen some older people with absolutely. It's like.
How did they make it this far?
Yeah, how did they make it this far? No clue, no skills. No, not sure how the lawnmower should start and that sort of thing. Like you kind of like feel like roll your eyes and think, really? What have you been doing with your whole life?
They still haven't figured it out yet.
You haven't figured it out. Look. And usually they're more stable, and more consistent. They've got the stability. And
especially financially.
Financially, stability, yeah, and emotional stability as well.
Because I would say that would be one of the number one premises. You'd have to have, for an older person marrying a younger person,
you expect them to
usually
be
they're financially secure.
Secure. You expect them, not necessarily though nowadays.
No, of course not. It's not necessarily.
Yeah, and though unfortunately you have a lot of retirees retiring with nothing now.
Yeah, well, you could
make bad choices.
A few bad choices. One or two here. You could be extremely really wealthy and lose it just really quickly, if you're not careful.
So
people will relieve you from it very easily, and you could be left with not much. But usually it's the case that the wisdom prevails and they've got a backup of assets and so on. And so it means that the younger person really doesn't have to work in some type of a job. It's different if they've got a career, they love it and all the rest. But for the most part, most people really don't like it.
It's just the saying that about baby boomers, that sort of thing. They've had all the assets now because they bought it when things were cheap.
And then I heard it also said that the best way for a woman to make money is divorce.
Get the house that way.
Because they get quite a bit. Even they don't even need to have any skill sets whatsoever. But as long as if their partner has got them, and you get divorced, you're getting half, in many cases, and sometimes even more. So So you can see what the appeal is for many people. Yeah.
All right. And, they have stronger communication skills, Generally, as a case.
And they can do things,
Yeah, and
then they know people have had life experience, so they went here, they did this, and, that can be...
Yeah.
And also, a lot of people are a bit lost, and so if you have somebody that's done it, been there, and
it helps so much.
It helps because you think, well, they can do it and all that stuff, and so can I. you can raise up to that level. But if you're around somebody that's never done it and have never had any opportunity to do it, and they would never even know what to do if they even saw or came knocking on the door type of thing, then there's not much potential there for, you know,
Yeah, I understand.
what's the allure to that?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, of course, kind of thing. And look, there's also, you know, they have clear values and boundaries as well. They're already stable in their values, so to speak. You know, they've always got a set mindset.
Somebody's been quite affluent. They've probably pretty much experienced many life conditions.
Yeah, and it's not that easy. They're not that easy to be swayed.
They're not that easy swayed. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
they've heard it all before.
They've heard it all before through their life experience.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not as easily influenced or to be manipulated, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, saying, you know, why, what is it? Old head on shoulders or something?
Old head on young shoulders.
Young shoulders. So, but, all right, in terms of marriage specifically, what they bring, look, like I said, financial security. Generally that's the case, and you'd hope though that if they've been through life that much and that
they would have a prenup.
No, be financially secure themselves.
Oh, right, yes.
You know, that's what they bring. Yeah, financial
but
security.
The older person would probably come with a prenup.
Well, is it even relevant for? Well, it depends on both parties though. Yeah, if
definitely does depend on both parties.
Yeah, but if they've got, you know, roughly the same amount of assets, then
we're talking about a young person and an old person, and it's usually that's very, you know, the lure to being with an older person for a young person is to being financially secure. You don't have to work anymore.
Yeah. But or not have to struggle that hard.
Yeah, and you've got access to investment capital.
Well, we're going to be realistic. Generally, if someone owns their own property, that's great already. And it's no, because not many people even now own their property. Have their own property nowadays.
Sure.
So especially if it's paid outright.
But the problem with that is you could be living in a mansion palace that's worth 10, 20 million.
And have no income.
And be having to live on baked beans and toast.
Yeah, I understand. But that is what a lot of people are. So when you're saying able to finance your business or whatever, not necessarily. Most people at that age, if they've already have their house paid off, it's almost like whoopee. And that is something we'd say quite rare.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I mean, lots of people retire with a mortgage.
Yeah.
When they get to retirement age, and that is a worry. So generally, that it should be the case when they're saying they've got finances and things being older, but the present reality now is not. That's not necessarily the case anymore.
No.
But we'd say yes. But generally, they're more financially secure than someone a lot younger. We can say that.
Yes, you can. Yeah. For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, and realistic. They have more realistic expectations of marriage. I mean, they might have been married previously, and so they know the game. Or even if they haven't, then they would have had family and friends that have been married before or are married. And we'll talk to them and tell them about their marriage issues or this and this happening, so they know the gig. What happens in a marriage, and also normally they have greater patience and they're more resilient because of life experience, and they have experience in navigating conflict and resolving issues. You know, resolving issues or problems that come up. That relates back to, again, a life experience. But also then, if you can make, with a bit more maturity, to be able to, at that mature age, can make the hard decisions. Or at least should be, if you're going to that. And because of the maturity, they come off with a stronger commitment mindset towards marriage. They take things more seriously. Whereas the younger, I guess, there's more of marriage, in their heads is more of romance. They've still got that romance rather than what about reality?
But the old person must be thinking about, are they going to leave and go with somebody else their own age or younger or whatever? So the old person will be thinking about that.
Oh, it depends though. Like I say, in stages in their life and how much younger.
Yep. How much younger, what stages, what level of maturity.
What level of maturity.
Yeah, what level of education, a lot. And, And also, are they clear in their directions and their objectives, you know?
Yeah. So
I don't know.
But look, if you're in the same mindset about that stage in your life, I guess, then it's not really an older person than a younger person in terms of psychologically, I guess. But the difference is more like material differences.
Yeah.
Like the older person should have more material and resources.
But there again, some people you just feel so amazingly good around, and some people drag you down and make you feel exhausted and tired and confused and anxiety and unharmonious in the being.
Yeah.
But other people lift you right out of it, and even if they're really old, it doesn't matter. It's still extremely alluring, especially if that older person can lift you up to a point where their wisdom penetrates your lack of intelligence, perhaps, and then when they lift you up, like they can bring you your quantum leap in your being. You feel like you're more intelligent when you're around these people. Then that can be really appealing to an younger partner, to an older one, because they feel that they're growing. They feel like they're getting better.
And
they feel like they're increasing their life skills and so on. And yet there's the opposite. You can be with an old person that can just think, oh God, they stink, or something like that.
Yeah, like that.
Really, I'm wasting my time around this person. There's nothing I can even communicate with or whatever.
Why am I with that person?
Yeah.
Or hopefully it's not just money that you're with that person.
Well, if that's your motivation, there's an old adage to that, and it says if you marry for money, you'll surely earn it.
Okay. Yeah.
If you marry for money, you'll surely earn it, and because it'll be, and I don't know if many people, like if you've been around great opulence before and great wealth and all that, it soon wears off, Oh, you've got this handbag, you've got this, you drive that car, you got this, you got that, look at the view here. After a while, you don't see it. It's just normal, tinsely crap.
It's just like, I guess, even like I heard some Dubai princess tried to escape from her gilded cage. She was living a life of luxury, but she just wanted to escape.
Yeah.
So she couldn't stand it because of psychological and emotional stresses and pressure.
Yeah.
And it's gilded cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you're surrounded by opulence doesn't mean you have a good life.
Yeah.
It's a mental...
A caged bird still sings.
Yeah. But, but I can see the danger of the older partner then becoming more like a mentor. And to the stage, hopefully they don't become more like a parent.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a stage. Yeah. And then you feel like, I'm back with my parents again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of difficulties you can see. And I think that these things would happen on a daily basis in many instances. But, you hope then maybe the benefits outweigh all of that. And, especially when you're going and you're meeting this or going there, and I don't know.
Yeah. And also, look, in terms, they do generally have a stronger commitment mindset, though. And saying, like, okay, being mature or getting married, then this is what it means. They understand what it means. It means commitment. Rather than being I'm just going to be with this person for the rest of my life because I'm totally in love and so forth. And I think it's all champagne and
flower
roses.
and roses or whatever.
Yeah, and that sort of thing. Where in life it's not.
Happy ever after.
Happy ever after. It's not. And look, there are besides that, there are some social and lifestyle advantages with an older partner. I mean, look, the older partner would have established networks.
Networks
that you can draw on, and it helps you a lot, not just in your career but other things as well. And they have clear routines and
can even teach you how to utilize a network. Because a lot of people, there's a network available, but they just never really seem how to be able to hook into that.
And they've got clear routines and they have greater respect for partnership as well. And look, they're likely to have, there's less peer pressure.
They're likely got your back more often. They're probably less likely to be egotistical, like thinking about themselves all the time.
Because they know that they've got life experience.
And also, they've probably been married before, so you've had some woman out there teaching them all the things how to be, and how to be and all that. So at least they've had an education in that as well, perhaps.
Yeah. Now look, okay, then what are the disadvantages then? Okay. Common challenges, I guess, is emotional baggage from past relationships.
I would say it would be more, the biggest one of all would be the peer pressure from family and friends.
From what, the older partner? Or
well, the young one's saying, oh, look, she's a gold digger. She's after him for the money.
She's after him for the money.
And then look at him, he's a pedo or something, or he's just, he's after, he thinks he's still 25 again. You know?
Midlife crisis.
He's got a midlife crisis and whatever, and he's got a big wallet, but and if he didn't have that wallet, she wouldn't be there, and so you get all that stigma. You know, you walk into a restaurant and you think, oh, look, they're this and they're that, and people have boxed you in.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh yeah, that can only be this instance. So, yeah. So many of the old and things I heard, even like they will try to even pretend like they're just in a business meeting or something like that, or you know.
And also, you know, they could have been divorced or had some type of trauma history as well. You know, that sort of thing. So some burnt before. Yeah. You know, or some people might say damaged goods. Yeah. Even. Yeah. You know, and look, being older, they would have some fixed habits and be rigid in some things too.
Yeah, well, they've probably all got their foibles or their foibles and coming out.
And look, and they have a lower tolerance for compromise. You know, so things that they don't want to do, or they criticize.
Yeah, you want to go here, and they're not likely to. Older person doesn't really want to go anymore. Why not? Because they've done it all before. They've seen it all before. There's nothing to it, and then it's just like the same old record playing over for them. For the most part.
Whereas for the younger person,
it's all adventurous.
They haven't experienced it before.
Yep.
And so
it's venturing in Tinseltown. You know, and so, but the older person's seen it before.
And also be more cynical. You know, and be more guarded on things. Cynicism coming. Oh, I've seen it before. You know, it always happens like this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's and older persons are more like, if you notice with a young person, there's an old adage: the fool jumps in where the wise man dares to tread. Yeah. But the other thing is he who hesitates has lost. So that's a quandary right there. You know, it's like, so you don't want to be jumping in like a fool. Yeah. So the older person can help you to avoid that. Yeah. But he who hesitates has lost is the other old adage. And so what does an old person do? Hesitate. Because they can see all the things that can possibly go wrong, and then ipso facto, they think that all things go wrong, and then you've got to be guarded against all the things that can go wrong. And there's a fine line there when a guy's around about 50 or so, because after that, he starts to become too cautious. Prior to that, he becomes less cautious, or not as cautious as what he should be, perhaps. Doesn't see the pitfalls because he's got a level of positivity that can override all the pitfalls. But then you soon cop that smack it across the gub. It soon slows you down. So there's the quandary between it. The old man is hesitant because he can see the things that goes wrong and therefore avoids many things in life. And then the young person jumps in to something, whereas the wise man would go, that's maybe not just so smart. It might be more advantageous. So if you notice, there's not a really big paying percentage when you're in stupidity. So when you're in the mode of stupidity, it doesn't really pay very well, if you notice. It doesn't pay very well, stupidity. So if we can have somebody who can help us to avoid stupidity, and then help us to be smart enough to know that what we've just avoided, that could be advantageous.
All right. Now, marriage-specific risks, though.
Marriage-specific risks.
I mean, they could come with baggage, being divorced and have kids.
Yeah.
Bring kids with them. And so what you're going to have
the kid wants the inheritance and then realizes that, somebody else is in here going to take my position.
And it's
then
not
only
my
that, but
my
they don't
parent.
just want to take my position, but they'll take all of my positions because they want their side to get it. So,
and if there's going to be...
and then there's a resentment right there.
Yeah, right there.
I've been waiting for this inheritance since I was born. You've just come along...
And you want to skip
last
it up?
few weeks, and you're going to come and take it all.
Yeah.
And everybody presumes that that's what the other person's there for.
Yeah.
Younger person, older man, you're after my dad's inheritance.
Yeah.
And so now you and I are in conflict.
Yeah, you're my enemy now.
You're my enemy now.
And you have a baby that you're just trying to cement it.
Yeah, if you have a baby, I'm out the door.
I'm out the door, kind of thing. And so there's co-parenting stress as well. Even without that, then your partner might have to have visitation rights, or there is custody disputes as well with the ex, over visitation. And then that's a drama as well. As well.
It's when it gets messy, things can get really horrible.
Yeah.
How does a marriage stay harmonious? That's the question.
And also, look, fertility timelines as well, and especially for women. With an older woman, unlikely she'll be able to...
it's over. The clock's finished.
It's over. But then you have to accept that there's be no children. I mean, if you've been married before, you already have children, well, that's not an issue then.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a desire, then that's not an issue. But if you want to have children, then that is an issue. Like it or not, this is reality. It is biological reality. It is cruel. But really, it's biology. No one can do anything about it.
They're the dice we're dealt with.
Yep, that's the dice we're dealt with. And also power imbalances as well. I mean, older partner might, well, even unconsciously, might want to hold the reins more, simply because they say, I know better. I know more. I've got more experience than you. I mean, and they'll, even, like I say, it might not even be intentional. Just because they see something, okay, I'll jump on and to deal with it because I know I'm more capable than my partner is in dealing with that. So if they keep dealing with everything, well, and the other person doesn't do anything, so obviously there's a power imbalance there.
Well, you've got to really want to learn, you see. It's like otherwise, if you're with somebody older, you want to really absorb that knowledge.
Yeah. And so, and less willingness to change lifestyle, older people, they get set in their ways. And this is another thing, comparisons to previous spouses.
Which one, the first, second, third, fourth?
Okay, you get compared to. Because remember, look, while experience brings wisdom, it also brings history along with it as well. So I guess on that, what I'll do is we'll go to some music and we'll right back. Well, we go specifically into men and women. How
men
age,
and women?
Yeah, specifically how age affects what they bring to the marriage. And now, choosing an older partner versus younger partner, and specifically regarding men and women, how age affects what they bring to marriage. All right, men first. Look, a younger man brings ambition, drive, potential, but limited provision. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's got
and
the
a little
drive.
in the way of wisdom.
Little in the way of wisdom, but also immaturity, and I guess they're not
quick to anger.
They're unstable, not stable, and not only that, quite selfish. Because when you're young, all they think about, what I want to get out of life, what I want to do, want to achieve, not be tied down and so forth.
Yeah, not considering others very much.
So, actually, I'll say the younger man is not suitable for marriage for that reason, because marriage is, like I keep saying, it is a partnership in life. And when you're in a partnership, you need to think of the other person. So you cannot be selfish. You can't just think of yourself and what you want. It always have to consider the other person. Because what you do affects the other person. What the other person does affects you on the other hand as well. So that's why it's unsuitable for young men to marry, actually. I would even say that men in their 20s should not marry.
Well, it depends on who it is.
Until you're over 30. I'm just saying generally. There's always exceptions to everything, but generally, because they're still unsure of themselves, what they want in life. And there are all these things in their mind that they want to achieve and do on their own. So you can't have someone be married to someone like that. They're not conducive to marriage, let alone they want to be responsible for a wife and children. Kind of thing. And also at that age, I guess, financially, they've only just started in life. It is difficult. They're just still finding their way around, so to speak. And having, in terms of career-wise, they're not settled. And you marry someone and have someone else come into that, it's difficult, especially if the woman is also young. Then you've got two young people trying to feel their way around life. So that is intrinsically difficult.
Recipe for disaster?
Recipe for disaster. A lot of points. Generally, it is. Unsure of themselves. There's no adult in the relationship, so to speak.
But that's how you learn. That's how you get through things. That's how you...
Yeah. But, I find it actually, limited provision, limited... life experience and life skills as well, being able to handle things, because remember, like it or not, people say it's archaic, but the man has always traditionally been head of the household. And even though it might not be recognised the same way as such in practice and biology-wise, the woman still defers to him when it comes to difficult decision, things that she doesn't want to make a decision on. It's too difficult. And then can he do it? Make the decision that just doesn't affect him, affects all these other people as well. What a heavy responsibility. Does he have the maturity to take it? Take that responsibility. Shoulder it. You have to be realistic. I mean, the young man looks nice. It's good to look at. But that's not his currency, really. As I said before, women's currency really is their youth and beauty, and then is their resources. A man is born poor, has no resources, and gets richer throughout life. A woman, on the other hand, is born rich and gets poorer as she ages. It's reversed. There's a time when they both meet in the middle. And that's the balance, the equilibrium. And that's like a sweet spot. And an older man, as you know, resources, leadership, stability, but less flexibility. And generally, women prefer marrying older men for those reasons. If you're going to choose someone that's going to be the leader in a leadership role, you want someone competent. Someone you can depend on, and also be have confidence in, that they're able to make those decisions. When the going gets tough, can they step up?
Or do they get going?
They'll get going, as a younger man would probably take off. Can't handle it. Yeah. So, and that's also a reason why when people look at the reverse, an older woman and a younger man, it's kind of like, even say 5-year difference. 5-year difference between a husband and a wife, the husband being 5 years older than the wife.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
But the reverse is huge.
That's huge.
Ooh, biologically, it's huge as well. There's less time to reproduce. But also then it's almost like she's an older sister. In a way. And of course, women mature faster than men. So there's a maturity gap there.
There is.
Generally, of course, as you can say, point out
exceptions,
but if we had to take account of exceptions, then we can't give any advice at all. Okay. So it's generally, it works 80% of the time. It's reliable. Okay, if it happens 80% of the time, and that is the goal. Like, that's why women prefer older men generally. And society sees that more normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Men have greater resources to provide, and the woman younger, so able to provide the fertility. That's the way it is. Now, that for women, younger women obviously have the fertility, adaptability, and emotional openness. More emotionally open, and I guess, though, on the flip side, she's also a lot more, the immaturity tend to be more, I guess, influenced by her friends and social media of what she should demand. You know, like now, you know, if a lot of young women are affected by feminism and the feminist doctrine of what she's being told, that you have to have 100% of your criteria. You know, you deserve the best. You do not accept less. If the guy's only meeting 80% of your criteria, nah, you deserve the best.
You might not get it,
sort
but
of that. You know, he should be doing this, and for you, but not really saying what she should be doing. That's part of being married. So almost like an entitlement mentality.
Yeah.
Okay.
People may see themselves internally as slender and lustrous, but on the outside, their outer bodily appearance might be somewhat the opposite.
They might, where in fact they're land whales. They call it. They call it. But the thing, there's so many people rate themselves as a 10 or higher than what they actually are. That's it.
10 kilos overweight, perhaps.
Yeah. And look, the older woman, she provides emotional intelligence. She's self-aware. There's clarity, and there's also less tolerance for compromise. But what she also brings is she would have had more life experience, obviously, as an older person, and more skills, be more mature, more stable. And that's what can assist you in life. Now, this is one thing that men regularly, I've had this asked before, and it's something that a lot of men say.
Yeah.
That why would I want a 35-year-old when I can choose a 25-year-old?
Well, I used to know, I had an old best mate, he was 84, and he married a 46-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And so she was a bit more than half his age, but he kept threatening her.
With what?
He says, if you don't buck up, I'm going to trade you in for two 23-year-olds.
Don't what? Buck up?
Yeah, if you don't step up, pick up your game or whatever.
And she laughed?
It was in humour.
Yeah.
But she was 46. He was threatening to trade her in for two 23-year-olds.
Split it. But really, okay, the question is, why would you go for a 35-year-old over a 25-year-old? That's younger, is more fertile.
Yes, younger and more fertile.
That is true. If children is your only objective. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, a 35-year-old can still have a child, but you're going to have far less children than with a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
That is undeniable, just doing the maths. However, what a lot of men, those men in particular, fail to understand is a 35-year-old can contribute far more to your life than a 25-year-old can help you far more in your life. Yeah, she had more skills, you know, that can help you. This is the thing, a lot of men also, because they think that they don't understand of how much your partner can play a role in making you successful, in helping you in life, in able to arrange things. Because she's older, she's had experience doing this, and this.
Yeah.
She's able to administer, be the better administrator in your life for you for your life than a 25-year-old can.
Sure, definitely. And they can help you navigate through.
You have to navigate. And it's like if you have to travel, okay, or if you're so stuck in your work, you would feel a lot more confidence leaving everything to her to handle and manage than a 25-year-old can.
Yeah, definitely.
It is striking a contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she brings.
So if you're in a big level of trouble and you need somebody who's got your back, and you've got a choice between a 25 and a 35-year-old, yeah,
it's clear who the choice would be. It's the 35-year-old. Okay, the 25-year-old would be those, like I say, there are people that you date.
Yeah, I'll get to that. I'm just going to go to Westfields first, and I'll look at that when I get back.
Yeah, that sort of thing. The immaturity, understanding the importance of things. So this is the thing. Yeah, the 35-year-old can handle things, have more of an understanding, have more skills to help you, one, manage your life, and also support you in what you do. And because they're more mature and they've been through, have more life experience, they instinctively know, okay, I didn't see him eat last night. He's been out all day. I'm out. Obviously, he'll be hungry. So I'll grab him something something. So when he comes home, or drop it off to him. So, and that's something being proactive, but that you don't really think about. But when it happens, you really appreciate it. Yeah. Don't you? Things like that. So men of the world, that is a great disadvantage of a 35-year-old over a 25-year-old for marriage. Yeah. Yeah, especially. The 25-year-old, like I say, it's almost like there's people you date and people you actually marry. 25-year-old is more dating. And yes, I did keep saying that, women should be marrying young when they are at the peak of their market value, so to speak, and their fertility if you want to have children. But that's not discounting the 35-year-old. For her, look, the way it is in life is that unfortunately not everyone meets their ideal partner, and not even an ideal partner, a decent partner that's compatible with them. We've all been through it. I was saying a lot of people have been through and met, basically, inappropriate partners. Yep. Inappropriate people that you will not take on as partners. And like I said, I do astrology, and I see that, the hills. And I see that a lot of the time, that, in people's charts, very difficult to marry, and some are very easy to marry. And then they get a lot of offers and they're inundated. Yeah. Okay. But I feel for the people that end up, older and not having able to be married, not because they're arrogant, but because the opportunities just did not come. And I see that straightly because I do astrology. I see all the charts. I know it happens to people. Yeah. Yeah. So that is what you get with an older woman. So I wouldn't discount it just because you're older. If you're just after appearances or looks rather than just having children, then that is not a reason to flick the 35-year-old. Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. Because you might just need that skill set. Yeah. Absolutely. It might just come in handy. Okay. We were saying, yes, and you want to know how a partner can elevate your life, then we've done previous shows on it, and so you can listen to our previous shows where I covered that subject. And look, like I was saying, there's social perception and there's family dynamics involved. I mean, society does judge age gap marriages. Yeah? Definitely. Yeah, I mean, society judges everything, really, doesn't it? If you're overweight, they call you fat. If you're too this, you call you this, whatever. And not only that, there's even family. I mean, family reactions to either a younger or older partner as well. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, oh, she's so much younger, she must be after him for his money and the thing. Or, say, look, buddy, you're so young. Why would you want to be with that old hag? Kind of thing. You're going to get hot young chick. Yeah. Or what are you doing with my young sister or whatever? Yeah, and look, here's a case in point is Keanu Reeves. he turned up with his girlfriend. I mean, she was in his 40s, even though he's almost 60 now. She was in her 40s, but she looks the part. Completely white or grey hair. Like she's a 46-year-old, and people were saying, oh, she looks so old. I mean, like, you deserve someone much hotter looking than that.
But there might be a connection.
But
of course.
and he's with her would be a very good reason why he's with her.
Probably there's a big connection. Maybe, as you said, astrology.
Yeah.
It might just tick all the right boxes, yeah?
Yeah, and that's, I guess, a peer group influence as well. I mean, and cultural and generational differences as well. There's an issue, and there's lots of stigmas as well when it's a big age difference. Okay, so look, so how do you choose wisely? I mean, age versus qualities. Again, look, the key things that matter more than age really are emotional stability. Yeah? You don't want a partner that's going off at you. Over what?
Yeah.
Over you forgot to take the bins out?
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. There are bigger issues. Or you said this to my friend and that wasn't right, and on and on.
Life's too short for all the little foibles, you know?
To deal with that? Really? Yeah, you don't have time for that. And, you know, another thing that's more important is shared values. Like I say, you both have to have the same values. If you're at the same ages, but you have different values, doesn't work.
It definitely needs a common ground.
It is a common ground, yeah.
You need something that has the bedrock, you know, of the foundation.
Yeah.
You're both into this, both into that. So there's always some point where you can...
Yeah, but not the superficial. I say, we like the same type of music.
Yeah, K-pop or something like that or whatever.
What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. How does that relevant to the life sharing together? You're just going to be listening K-pop all the time? For that connection? Come on. You know, far more than that. And that's what I'm very critical about, you know. We like the same music, we like the same movies. What? And?
Yeah.
Very, very shallow.
Yeah, very shallow.
And look, conflict resolution skills as well. If the age gap or I would say maturity levels are different, then you've got an issue with how you resolve conflicts as well.
Okay.
If you understand, right? It goes out to maturity levels.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Yelling and screaming.
Definitely. Yeah. Because you see, young people will sort of react, who go in quick to react, quick to go into reaction. Whether there's an older, more stable person, grey hair, for example, usually are slower to react, slower to anger, quicker to keep their emotions intact, perhaps.
Yeah. And it's a willingness to grow together as well. Doesn't mean they age differences. If they're both wanting the same goals, that's very important.
Yep.
And so they both grow together and work towards that goal. That goal. I mean, like, even though, there might be at different stages in life, but if they want the same thing, it's almost like you're starting together.
Yeah.
From the same starting block. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And respect and admiration. I know, I mean, older men normally garner more respect from the younger woman. They're saying, oh, you know, he's so capable, you know, defer to him. And then she'll feel proud with her family or friends that, you know, he was able, guess what he did? He's able to do this, and this.
Yeah.
And she feels well looked after.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. On the flip side, I don't know if an older man would necessarily respect a much younger woman. It's more kind of like want to indulge her, let her get her own way. There's an element of that simply because, if she happens to be so much younger. That's a thing.
Oh, it's so tricky.
Look, you've got to have an alignment on children, finances, faith, and lifestyle. Look, children is a very big thing. Like I was saying, for a woman, she don't have to best to start when she's young. Have children also physically as well, not just conceiving and carrying, but also easier birth and able to recover from it, because it does do a lot of damage to your body.
Yeah.
And if you have children younger, you're able to recover much more better.
Yep.
From it when you're young. Yeah. And so they have to be aligned with when to have children, not just we'll wait kind of thing. He might have all the time in the world, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
So you have to have the same view. Conversely, if it's an older woman and a younger man, he might feel like you want to wait, but she can't. No way.
Yeah.
It's got to be right now, kind of thing. And the young man might think, no, I don't think I'm ready, kind of thing. I'm not ready to be a dad. So guess what? No cigar. And that's also why you don't see that pairing too often. No cigars then. No baby, no cigars. And also...
He might be a kept man. You never know.
Because look, you also have to be aligned on finances. Very important to have the same same mindset regarding money. You know, like I keep saying, a spender and a saver would never be happy together. You can't, because you're both suffering and hurting.
Yeah.
In that relationship, why continue to torture yourself? You both of you, by being together with each other. They're far better matches for either of you.
They can meet at that fine line point, perhaps. That sweet point, you call it.
And then obviously faith as well. I mean, it's easier. Look, it's easier if you both have the same religions, but
religion is the key.
Is the key, but
in relation to older and younger marriage, you need something. You need a bedrock. You sort of need. Like, is finances enough? Maybe not. Depends on the finances.
But I don't think.
But usually it's a spiritual sense.
Same faith is easier, but not a definite.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a definite. Provided they're not so staunch on so dogmatic about it. Either partner.
Yeah.
And so one partner may not be very religious or that inclined, while the other
one more than the other.
Yeah, one more than the other. So that one, I think, as long as they're able to allow the other person to be themselves,
so
in that regard.
We can excel in 4 quadrants: the physical, the mental, the emotional, or the spiritual. And so the partner of the other one, like say for example, even on the physical level, if one person's was used to be the world's greatest trainer and knows everything about the physical body, and that moves like this and this moves that way, somebody's really into the physical body may find that rather appealing. And the other way is in the mental, you might somebody is a leading psychologist who's written books that are revelationary in regards to the human psyche, and that could be appealing to another type of person. And then there's the emotional. And that could also have, if somebody with a skill set through that would also be. Yeah. And then the spiritual also, there's like the guru type of relationship perhaps. And so you usually find that a lot of the spiritual leaders have massive amounts of people around them, wanting to hang off every word or so. And whether that's arbitrary or whether it's right or wrong, or they're just snuck in and pretended to be or not, the fact of the matter is that it can
happen.
It can happen.
And look, as I say, age doesn't make a marriage work really, but character does. Really much. Yeah, that's the final. It's all mindset.
You need to be happy.
It's all mindset.
You need to be. Happiness is the fundamental principle of life. It's like we have to be happy, and if we're not happy, life is a drab. Life is boring without happiness. So Mickey Mouse could do it, no matter what was going on. So hopefully we can as well.
All right. One thing.
One thing.
Choosing a partner. Just a reminder to everyone that you can download your free copy of my book, Your Complete Partner.
Yeah.
How to choose the right partner for love and marriage for a lifetime.
It looks too expensive.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like an expensive book.
Yeah, even free, yeah.
What? What? How much?
Free.
Free?
So head off to my website, makemarriagegreatagain.net, and
Wow.
download your free copy.
Free copy, woohoo!
And so I'll give some of my final thoughts. Look, choosing a younger or older partner isn't about winning or losing. It's about knowing yourself. Look, youth offers energy and
Know
age.
thyself above all else.
Youth offers energy and age offers wisdom. Yeah? But marriage succeeds when two people bring alignment, humility, and commitment, regardless of age. You know, and look, challenge our listeners. Do you really ask yourself, do you want excitement or endurance? You know, growth or conflict? Potential or stability? Choose the partner that aligns with your future, not just your feelings. As you went through, I mean, like, think of it, the mindset. I mean, look, a younger partner is always more attractive because they've got the beauty of youth. Yes? And
But it doesn't last that long.
It doesn't last. I mean, one day they're going to look just as old as you do right now. Okay, and that period will pass. Even though they do bring an energetic and a vibrancy, to your life. And I guess that's why a lot of men that go through midlife crisis end up, you know, either trading in for a younger model, as you said. That woman, the 46-year-old woman, was in danger of being traded for two 23-year-olds. It would have got two for the price of one, yeah? But two for the price of
But which
price
one
of
would be
yeah.
more capable, the two 23-year-olds or the 146?
Yeah. but really, but the older partner brings things that the younger partner doesn't. I mean, and that is mostly life experience and the skills they have accumulated throughout their life.
Yeah.
And that is something a lot of men do not realize about choosing an older woman, a 35-year-old over a 25-year-old, is that she has the skills that a 25-year-old does not. The skills, not only that, the stability in personality that can help you in your life and for you to be successful as well. Though having said all that,
The 25-year-old's much more fun.
if you choose a 35-year-old and she has no life skills and just acts like a 25-year-old, there is then no point.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Like I say, that's why I really say, you know, there are some people that the older men, especially older men, they say, oh, I might be old, but I'm like a young person, you know, inside, I'm so young inside.
Yeah.
And they try to act like a young person. Well, have a think of it, really. You know, you're that age, you're older, you look older with all the wrinkles and lines of someone older, but you're acting younger and have a young at heart. Well, why should I choose you? I'm better off choosing the younger person that acts like that, same maturity level.
Because then they've still got the younger body.
They've got the young, the looks and the younger body. Because at least then you can enjoy the hot young body. Sure.
Oh dear.
So, all right, yeah. So thanks for joining us again, Bluey, 2026 now. And a reminder to everyone to follow my Facebook page. I have two Facebook pages, Make Marriage Great Again and Miss Dragonfly. I mean, please follow both if you can, because I post different things on the pages, but at least follow one. I mean, you can watch clips from the show on my Make Marriage Great Again Facebook page.
And there's also 2glffm.com.au.
If you're in demand, if you want to listen to it in demand, the whole show, though I do have, it is posted on...
It's 89.3fm.com.au.
But I also posted on my YouTube channel, and I've also launched it on Spotify as well, the full show. So you can, if you are a member of Spotify, if you subscribe to it, you can listen to the whole show. I'll actually watch the whole show there as well.
Oh, you can watch it as well?
Yeah, it's on video. They're now hosting video too.
Goodness.
Whereas my Miss Dragonfly page, I, post announcements and things about the show. So you can head on there and check what the topic matter would be for the show.
All right. And make some suggestions, perhaps.
Yeah, make some suggestions as well. And yes, if there's a subject matter you'd like me to cover, then feel free to leave it on my Facebook page. And if I'm able to, then I definitely will cover it. Okay, so I will close with this. I am a Miss Dragonfly, and this is the Relationship Whisperer. Let's make marriage great again by choosing wisely, not blindly.
Oh, and make divorce lawyers go broke.
Okay, yeah. Thanks again for joining us, and to all our listeners, don't forget to tune in same time next week. And until then, it's bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.